Every morning across New York, London, Toronto, and Sydney, a silent, invisible alarm goes off in the minds of millions, creating a quiet, crushing weight of survival where you step into the relentless hustle and grind, conditioned to live in a perpetual state of low-level panic about bills, inflation, and layoffs. In the modern Western world, fear of scarcity is the primary engine of human society, teaching you a brutal equation that your intelligence plus your hours equals your net worth. But if you are a Muslim living in this high-pressure environment, you feel a deep friction because you are trying to apply a materialistic formula to a life that belongs to the divine. Islam introduces a concept so revolutionary that it completely shatters this anxiety by detaching the outcome from the effort, differentiating between Al-Asbab, the physical work we do, and Al-Arzaq, the actual provisions assigned to us by Al-Razzaq, meaning that while you are commanded to work, your work does not actually create your wealth. If wealth were purely the result of hard work and hours spent, then every construction worker or delivery driver working 16 hours a day in the freezing cold would be a multi-millionaire. But the reality is that your effort is merely an act of worship, and the actual Rizq was calculated and sealed 50,000 years before the creation of the world. Just as the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that if you were to rely upon Allah truly, He would provide for you, just as He provides for the birds that go out empty-bellied and return full without worrying about the economy. While economic survival in Western societies operates on strict, logical landscape laws of addition and subtraction, the spiritual laws of sustenance operate in a higher dimension using cheat codes that completely contradict human logic. For example, the law of charity proves that giving does not decrease wealth because human mathematics only measures quantity while divine law measures baraka, which might prevent an expensive mechanical failure or inspire a promotion. Similarly, the spiritual engine of istighfar, seeking forgiveness, is a literal mechanism that removes the sins, acting like a spiritual dam, blocking your written sustenance, while maintaining family ties, silat al-rahim, triggers a divine response that expands your material reality and lifespan in a world where people pay thousands for networking. To understand how these laws manifest when everything else fails, we look at the year 622 during the Hijrah, when Abdur Rahman ibn Auf arrived in Medina as a refugee with absolutely nothing, having left all his wealth in Mecca. Yet, when the local Ansar offered him half of their wealth and land, his heart was anchored directly to Al-Razzaq. So he politely declined and simply asked to be shown the way to the marketplace. He began with the simplest form of trade, buying and selling small amounts of dried buttermilk, and within a few short years of absolute reliance and integrity, he became so immensely wealthy that his caravans entering Medina would make the entire city shake, famously stating that if he were to lift a simple stone, he expected to find gold or silver underneath it. The next time you feel the phantom panic of hustle culture creeping into your mind late at night, take a deep breath and remember that you are not an engine component in a capitalist machine, but a guest on the earth of Allah. Your job is merely a place where you spend your time. Your bank account is just a number, and every single penny destined for you will navigate through any recession to arrive precisely at your door. allowing you to work hard and excel with your hands while letting your heart rest completely in the stillness of absolute trust. Furthermore, this profound shift in paradigm demands a meticulous reevaluation of every daily transaction, converting mundane employment into a sacred sanctuary of peace, where the digital metrics of corporate performance lose their dictatorial power over your internal serenity, establishing an unshakable fortress of faith that shields your psychological well-being from the volatile fluctuations of global financial markets and the looming shadows of economic instability. By actively anchoring your consciousness in the eternal certainty of divine decree, you dismantle the psychological machinery of manufactured scarcity, liberating your intellect to pursue genuine innovation, ethical commerce, and deep community engagement without the paralyzing dread of material ruin or social obsolescence. This timeless spiritual strategy transforms the very nature of ambition, shifting your focus from frantic accumulation to meaningful contribution, ensuring that every professional endeavor becomes a vehicle for generating holistic value and enduring legacy rather than a desperate race against an engineered clock of corporate survival. As you navigate the crowded spaces of secular institutions, you carry an unseen shield of transcendent clarity, interpreting every apparent obstacle not as a threat to your existence, but as a carefully calibrated trial designed to refine your character, elevate your spiritual rank, and manifest the latent miracles of divine intervention in your material affairs. This realization demands a radical commitment to ethical precision, ensuring that your pursuit of sustenance remains entirely pure and uncompromised by the deceptive shortcuts of a system that rationalizes exploitation, because you understand that forbidden gains only diminish the spiritual capacity of your written wealth and erase the vital element of blessing from your life. When you intentionally align your daily routine with the rhythmic patterns of devotion, prioritizing the remembrance of God over the urgent demands of the market, you witness a miraculous synchronization of time, where a few hours of focused, blessed labor yield far greater fruits and tranquility than days of continuous, anxious striving. This holistic integration of faith and action serves as a living proof to the fractured societies around you, demonstrating that a life grounded in the transcendent reality of divine care is not only sustainable, but represents the highest form of human dignity, psychological resilience, and authentic prosperity available in the modern age. Therefore, let your presence in the professional arena be marked by an unmatched excellence and a profound calmness, an aura of security that puzzles your peers and invites them to question the source of your stability, allowing your career to become a silent form of invitation to the beauty of Islam. The illusion of the self-made individual collapses under the weight of this truth, revealing that every talent you possess, every strategic connection you make, and every window of opportunity that opens for you is a direct gift from the treasury of the heavens, requiring a constant posture of humility and profound gratitude rather than a boastful claim of personal merit. As the nights grow colder, and the societal narratives around you become increasingly frantic with predictions of decline, your heart remains an island of absolute stillness, glowing with the warmth of a certainty that cannot be bought or sold, recognizing that the one who feeds the microscopic organisms in the deepest trenches of the ocean is the very same one who holds your destiny in His merciful hands. You step out into the neon-lit streets not as a captive of the grind, but as a free soul walking upon the earth of its master, fully aware that your true contract is not with a corporation or a board of directors, but with the sovereign of the universe, whose promises are absolute, whose wealth is infinite, and whose care for you exceeds that of a mother for her newborn child. So let the systems churn and the statistics shift, for you are safe in the custody of the Eternal.